In this video, we're going to look at the math of safety stock in one of three ways, either statistical, time-based, or what's called absolute. We'll do the second and third one first. When safety stock is time-based, so safety stock equals to, I'm just going to use as an example, weekly demand multiplied by the number of weeks that you want to have safety stock. So if you use 50 per week and you want to have 3 weeks worth of safety stock, then it's 50 times 3 or 150. So that's the time-based way. Another way, I guess I'm going to call it for the lack of anything else, is because I said so. I don't mean anything terrible by that, but there's going to be situations where we don't know what the demand is, new product, we have no history or anything, and the challenge is to figure out what the safety stock should be. And someone says, typically the customer, I don't know, but let's put 250 in stock, and we'll go with that. So that's the second way. The third way, mathematically, it looks like this. Safety stock is equal to a safety factor, and I'll show you that, multiplied by demand variation. So the safety factor we'll get from a table, which is essentially saying of the normal distribution from 0 to 100%, what percentage of the possibilities do you want to cover? So let's say we want to cover 95% of the possibilities, multiplied by the demand variation, which in our example, we'll use mean absolute deviation. So let me jump out to the internet for a second here, and we will type in here so you can see where we get the safety factor from. I'm going to type in safety factor table using MAD, which is mean absolute deviation. And I'm going to click on this table over here on the left and make it a little bit bigger, as you can see it here. So for 95%, it's saying you want to multiply by 2.06. So if I come back here, the math is saying, okay, it's 2.06 times MAD, which we'll calculate. But what 2.06 is saying is add 2.06 MADs, or units of variation, on top of your normal stock, and that's what will get you your additional safety stock. So how do we calculate MAD? We'll do that over on the right here. So let's look at actual and forecast, and let's say forecast is 10 per month, and sales has been 8, 12, 8, and 12. So we'll keep it real simple. So forecast was 40, actual was 40. We look at A minus F, actual minus forecast, minus 2, 2, minus 2, and 2. And MAD says it's the sum of the absolute value of A minus F. So absolute value says ignore the signs. So we're looking at the absolute amount of air. We don't care about direction, high or low. So A minus F, take the absolute value, sum them up, 8, divided by the number of data points, which in our case is 4, and the average is 2. So we would take 2 times 2.06, which would be 4. Let me just make sure here. I'm sure I've got it in my head, but I don't want to mess up the math doing it in my head. So 2.06 times 2, is 4.12. So whatever our average sales is, let's say our average sales is 10, we would add another 4.12, and that should cover 95% of the possibilities. And that's the math behind safety stock.